1930 he provided radioactive decay heat. That heat is responsible for driving. Later in 1944 quite full elaborate, I mean that geo. So it is basically the more heat, less heat. Things will move from more to less. Heat will move from more heated area to less heated. Water will move from high elevated areas to low elevated. That means slope follow. So here the heat is also following the pattern from high heat zone. Here in this diagram you can see that these convectional currents, when they are rising, they will going to drift these crustal parts in. Okay, so yes, it seems that okay, the continents are drifting, but Arthur Holmes provided factors or what is driving mechanism. So here we have a Arthur Holmes. Arthur Holmes mental convectional currents based on radioactive decay, based on hot material which is ice, and that will going to interact with the. So when this hot material that going to rise earth crust, these convectional current will be moved because of thermal gradient, and he stated that convective motion in the mantle is actually providing the driving of drift of continent. So this is dynamic experience, means it is changing time period, movement of heat is not provided by Wegener, but Arthur Holmes did about this. So yes, he provided that yes, Wegener was, but the forces which Wegener, pole fling force and tidal force, not possibly be a mechanism responsible for the drift and are responsible factors or driving mechanism which actually mention how the plates or how the crustal parts of Earth's surface by placement is. Okay, so though the Holmes ideas were actually theoretical and indirect, we can't dive Earth into what is the possible arrangement regarding the what pattern is there, what time they will occur, at what time they will not occur, are they linked with the climate of our Earth, or what factors actually led to the Indian. Holmes stated that yes, this is the mechanism which Holmes did not try to provide more and more evidence, not possible to provide a full understanding research on this was the time. Direct don't have like Wagner theory, we have direct evidence, rock distribution, fossil distribution. There were so many direct evidence. Here, more or less, evidences are purely indirect. And yes, radioactive decay, this geothermal gradient, and the convectional currents, they are supporting this Wagner theory to some extent. Directly, later, like we will going to that this plate tectonics theories also justifies. Wagner was correct. Arthur Holmes, both these theories later be validated by subsequent. So Arthur Holmes provide a driving mechanism more valid, more validation. Now the driving mechanism, clarity about driving mechanism Holmes driving mechanism was provided by Holmes. This was contributed Holmes with. Next, we like all of theories as of now we have studied about the continental drift. Yes, we Arthur Holmes. All of these theories actually emphasize that how the continent, none of them is while or is it fixed. So in order to attempt that, there was a one theory which was given in name of floor spreading theory. So the sea floor spreading theory is there, and yes, the arguments were used in Wegener, the driving mechanism provided by Mantle. All of these were actually base for this sea floor spreading. Now, in this particular, this theory was actually by Harry Hess. This particular theory, he was the person who founded this particular, and this theory suggested that the ocean floor is not fixed. Ocean floor is not permanent while it is the nature, just like continents. How we can say this? How we can say Harry that Harry and even before that, there are so many even at the bottom, what they found hills, low-lying hills, series of hills were there, both of horizontally as well as perpendicular manner. Ridges were there. Means what? Like, ridges are there. What were the causes of these? Causes of these? I hope you remember. Till then, mantle convectional current theory by Arthur Holmes were actually provided. So Harry had thought maybe because of the convectional currents, they might be led to the movement ocean. Then this crust will move. Suppose we have a crust in this crust. When we have a crust in this crust move, so there will be a cavity, and that will going to fill by that lava which is rising from the mantle in terms of mantle convection current, that will going to be here, and as that is at the bottom of Atlantic Ocean, the lava will appear on the surface, that will be instantaneously cooled by the water. When there is an instantaneously cooling of that particular magma or the lava which is sitting on the surface by there. So when we have a this kind of arrangement well observed at the mid oceanic Atlantic. So mid oceanic ridges and like these ridges, it has been concluded that these ridges are actually equidistant from one particular central ridge. So if they are equidistant, if they have the same kind of property, that means what? Like these might have been together, and with respect to the horizontal displacement of oceanic floor, they might have been away. They might have a equidistance from each other. All of them have a equidistance with each other. That means once at a they might be united at a one point of time because of the horizontal displacement of oceanic floor itself. So this was being given as a name of. Here you can see in this particular that we have a these two set of rocks together and the equidistance. That means what? There is some factor factor was already being provided by Arthur Holmes Mantle Convection currents. So drift was there, convectional current was there, and yes, based on this, what we can say, core is also spreading.